Alright everybody, congratulations, you've made it to the last day of activities using Vex Testbed. Alright, keep it down. Okay, this is called the Testbed Academy Final Exam, and it utilizes a line tracker, which is a light sensor. Okay, you may remember yesterday we finished class by trying to do an open system, which is adding this command called while 1 = 1. An extra curly bracket at the top and an extra one at the bottom, and this way your program will run again and again and again as a loop. Okay, that's what we did yesterday. Today we're going to use the last sensor that we haven't dealt with yet. This thing is called a line tracker. It has the same position or number values as the potentiometer, and the sensor port is IN1 because it's plugged into analog by the number 1. The commands we use are under the until heading. We have until dark and until light. Okay, so it senses light and dark. If I was using this and I wanted to stop a motor when I cover the line tracker with my finger, my code would look something like this. So I start a motor, the right motor. I use the command until light, value of 1000. The sensor port is IN1, and then my next command would be to stop the motor, and that's how I would use it. Okay. So here's our scenario with what we call the vending machine. Students have been breaking into a vending machine at our school, and you have decided to use a line tracker in a clever attempt to stop the thieves. Your code will turn on a red light and reverse the motors inside the vending machine when someone's hand covers the line tracker. Specifically, if I was to break this down, here's what you need to do. 1. Press the limit switch to start both left and right motors. 2. Cover the line tracker to turn on a red LED light and reverse the motors. And lastly, wait 2 seconds, then stop both motors and turn off the light. Again, the threshold is going to be a number between 0 and 4095. Something in the middle usually works very well, between 1000 and 2000, and your sensor port is IN1. Can you be our vending machine hero? Show me when you're done. I'll sign off and you will be done with all the testbed activities. Okay? Specifically, here's how your code should look. 1. Press the limit switch to start both left and right motors. I can break up my command into 1, 2, and 3. So this is what number 1 would look like. Until bump, sensor port would be a limit switch, delay time could be 0. Start both motors, I would have to do a command to start both the right motor and the left motor. 2. Cover the line tracker to turn on a red LED and reverse the motors. Now, I could leave a space so I know the difference between part number 1 and part number 2. It would say, until light, my threshold would be around 1000 or 1500, and sensor port would be IN1. Turn LED on, it would be digital port number 12 or DGTL12. Then I could start the motor and reverse the speed, and I'd have to do this for the right and the left motor. And then number 3, wait 2 seconds, stop motors, turn off light. Then I could bring in my last command, which would be wait, that would be 2 seconds, stop both the right motor and the left motor. And then what you can't see on the screen, just got cut off, is I would need a command to tell me to turn LED off. And that would be in DGTL12, digital port 12. Alright, if you want more help, I'll show you what it looks like in Robot C. Otherwise, you can begin and try this on your own. Alright, in Robot C, I've opened up my program. I want to check my settings like I always do. I go down to Robot Platform Type. I should have a dot by Vex 2.0 Cortex. Good. Step 2, I should make sure there's a check by Natural Language Field. So PLDW. Good. And then I can go to the communication mode, USB only. That's what I want. Last thing I do is check View. I'm going on to Preferences. Auto file save should not be checked. So I'm good. I can start writing some code. I click on the button that says New File. I go to Motors and Sensors Setup. And then in front of me, I have a GTT testbed. Looks like that. That's good. Okay. And I'm good to go. My first line of commands was to press a limit switch and start both motors until So I would do until bump for my limit switch. And then motors would be under movement. So I would go start motor, start motor. Sensor port now I would have to type limit switch. I capitalize the first letter of the second word. Delay time, it's going to be 0. Start motor, I could do a right motor. And then down here I would do left motor. Speed, you can choose anything between, I'd keep it high, 100, 127. 127's our max speed, so that's where I'm going to go. There we go. So that looks pretty good. Until bump, start motor, right motor, start motor, left motor. I'm going to leave a space just to make it easy to see. And then step 2 would be under until. And I'm going to use until light. And what's going to happen, I'm going to turn on a light and reverse the motors. Now, to turn on a light, I have to go down to the special command. There's turn LED on. And then I'm just going to do exactly the same thing as I have up here on lines 7 and 8, but I'm going to put a negative in front of the speed. So I can go in here, I can right click, copy, and paste. Oh, that. Pretty slick. Negative, negative. Threshold, I'm just going to pick a number, 1500. Sensor port is IN1, it's plugged into the analog number 1. Turn LED on, it's plugged into the digital DGTL 12 slot. Okay, so there I have part 1 and part 2. I'm going to click compile. Now I just need to figure part 3. Part 3 says I should wait 2 seconds, so I'm going to go find my wait. And after 2 seconds, I want to stop the motors and turn off the lights. So movement, stop motor, special, turn LED off. Okay. So at the end, it should look like this. There I go. There's my whole command. I can compile, look for errors, download the robot, and see if it works. Good luck!